Okay guys, this is pretty much things you should know when buying a Zs190, and there's a few things. When you're going to put it in a Hellcat, they say that you can take the factory stator out of your Hellcat 125 motor, put it in here, which is what I did. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I might have to adjust the magneto, round out the holes, basically make it so it can move closer to the flywheel to catch the magnets. That's up for debate still. I haven't been able to fire this yet for a few reasons. When you first get these, you have to take this cover off, okay, because for whatever reason the starter chain in here is not greased. So you're gonna have to go up to AutoZone or somewhere like that, get yourself some of that black grease. Don't spare any expense on it either. Get the good stuff. It's like $9 for a tube. But grease up your starter chain. That's one thing you got to do. Another thing you got to do is something that everybody calls a shift star mod. Okay, and what it is, on the clutch side, you take this cover off. All right, and once you get the cover off, you're going to see the shift star. It's right here, right in this half moon. Okay, you take the bolt out of there, and you're going to get a series of 3 washers, 2 small ones, 1 big fat one. You put them on in a series. Okay, you can put the smaller ones in first, the bigger one in last. And what that does, there's a little shift D10 arm with a wheel on it and a bearing. And what'll happen if you don't put that on, that little D10 arm will slip past first gear, okay, and essentially make it go into neutral and ruin your tranny, ruin a lot of stuff. So you have to go spend a couple bucks on a few washers. Just part of it. I've already done it on this, but there's something you got to do. There's a lot of videos out there. You can look up Zs190 shift star and you'll find tons of stuff. But that's another thing you got to do. Another thing you got to be aware of too, if you're kick-starting these, you have to be very careful, and you have to know what you're doing when you kick-start them. These motors here, you can't just kick it, because if you do, you're going to pay for it. You're going to break your the output shaft over there, and it's not going to be pretty. You're going to be screwed. How you have to kick these, you have to basically push down on the kickstart until you get about top dead center, then you go about a half a kick and it'll fire up. That's something to note. There's a company out there called 00 Racing. Okay, they do a few things as well, but they don't ship to the US. What they do is they put a upgraded shift D10 arm on with a heavier duty spring. Okay, but because they don't ship to us here in the USA, we have to resort to washers to fix our problem. Another thing that they do, they don't even ship their motors with a kickstart because they know how prone the problems are when you use the kickstart. Alright, and like I said, you gotta also grease that starter chain. On the 125, I took the cover off of there to get the stator out, and when I opened it up, I noticed that chain was greased. And when I opened up this Zs190, I noticed that the chain wasn't greased. So if anything, every chain, roller chain, always has to have some kind of lubricant, because you're not going to get in there very often. It's best just to put some grease in there and be done with it. I talked to a guy in one of the groups, and he greased his chain, and he's got 14,000 miles on his Zs190. Not too many people can say that, because some of these motors do have issues, but if you do all this stuff before you run it, you're less likely to have any issues, and you can enjoy the heck out of this thing and have a blast. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, right now I'm still waiting on the clutch cable. This is my stock one here. It will not work, and all that stuff is coming tomorrow. I'm getting the clutch cable, the exhaust gaskets. I already have the exhaust, so it should be a running bike tomorrow. I was able to finally put some oil in it, so it's finally ready to roll. But other than that, I'll keep everybody posted, and we'll see how this goes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.